After Jesus dies, two of his disciples are walking to a place called Emmaus. They're not celebrating. They're confused, disappointed, trying to make sense of everything. And they say it out loud. We had hoped he was the one. Past tense. And here's what I love. Jesus comes and walks with them, and they don't even recognize him. He meets them right in their confusion, right in their questions, right on their journey. He doesn't wait for them to return to him or come back. He goes to them. And Jesus has always been like this. He seeks us first. And as they're walking, Jesus starts to engage in conversation. He asks questions. He listens. He lets them process all the events that have happened. They had already heard the tomb was empty. They knew something had happened. They just couldn't see it for what it was. And I think we do this too. We can be so close to Jesus. We can be in close proximity to him. We can hear about him. We can even grow up around him and still not actually see him, still not actually reach out to him. So Jesus starts walking them through the story of his life, helping them understand what all of it meant. And later they say, didn't our hearts burn within us while he talked with us? And then after a while, after their journey together, they go back into the village and they sit down together to eat. And it's in that simple moment around a table, eating together in conversation with one another, that their eyes are opened. They finally see Jesus for who he is. And I love this. I love this because Jesus doesn't force himself on them. He doesn't force belief or force anything on them. He doesn't overwhelm them. He reveals himself in relationship, in closeness, in being with Jesus. And the moment they recognize him, everything changes. They don't stay quiet. They don't keep it to themselves. This moment has changed everything for them. They recognize who Jesus is. Jesus is among them. And they go back to tell it to others. He is alive. Because when you really see Jesus, when you encounter him, you can't help but share this with others. You can't help but share what is already burning inside of you. So if you feel like you've been walking away or sitting in disappointment or just unsure of what you even believe anymore, you might not be as far from Jesus as you think. He is still the kind of God who meets people on the road, who comes to people in the midst of their journey, who walks with them before they even recognize him. Because the story doesn't end with, we had hoped. Rather, it ends with, why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. And maybe he's still revealing himself even now, even to you, even where you are on your Emmaus, on your journey today.